Hello, good morning. Nice to see you. So well.
Hello. Well, I think you're muted.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. Nice to see you.
Hello.
All right. So well, today we have Scaramuzza, we have Capelin, and we have composition. So we are going to start with pitch class sets for the first time. Yeah. So I prepared a bit of a general review on that. So let's see who can show me. You can share your screens and you show me the exercise. First of all, the homework. So let's see. Who wants to go first?
Okay.
Let's see.
Still very confusing, but did you see it?
No, I'm going to check everything now in the session. And we're going to talk a lot about pitch class sets. So that's why we start with your homework and then we go full on.
So this is pitch class set made as much as I can, like a compound period. For this recurring here and the endings, players. Yes.
Yes. One more time. Excellent. Very good. Actually, again, one more time. And do me a favor. Can you put piano in the left hand so I can hear a bit the.
Let me how to do that. Dynamics.
I'm seeing it. Below ornaments. Yeah, that's it.
I think I have to. I think for.
Very well done. So tell me, now describe everything you've done.
Yes. So I had the previews. These are, I didn't have to create also new code because previews. Where is it? Anyway, remember the previews? Yes. I don't remember. It didn't have the pages, but I had found already codes that are connected because this is 0, this is 4, this is 6, and with them I make 0, 4, 6, 0, 4, 6, 0, 2, inverted 6, and this is of course 0, 4, 6, 0, and this of course from this to this order 0, 4, 6, that's always complicated, but I found the code somehow. Anyway, it's still in the whole tone scale. I didn't do the semitone this time because it sounds too horrible. I'm not sure how to control it. To make one in the one full tone, the other full tone, the hand talking about, am I making sense? Yes. Sort of. Okay, then the theme, compound theme. It is compound period. I try because this is compound basic idea. Why compound basic idea? Because basic idea, contrasting idea, and how to make tonic prolongation. Excellent question. Well, I try to have every low note at least be Do, C. It doesn't start with C, but at least it has this pedal point in the ear. Try to do that. Then, some sort of continuation. It has some fragmentation here, and then to make it sound like it's going somewhere. And then this is a half cadence, I say, because it doesn't stop. That's the only reason why. Whereas here, it's more kind of concluding. Then the compound basic idea, I cadence, let's say cadence. Although that was hard to say I cadence, yes.
All right.
And I added some extra, the second basic idea. Anyway.
Okay, it's fine. Comment again on the third line, first 2 bars.
It is the same as this, but I didn't want it to be boring, so for every of these notes, I made chords. So this is 0, 4, 6, and this is 0, 4, 6, 0, 4, 6, or whatever it is, I don't remember, 0, 4, 6, or 2, whatever. Yeah? And I want to go high, make it consistent, I go high, down, and I hope this, I missed it here, but I hope this is probably back.
Okay, put forte in the focal points and piano in the other ones, and then mezzo forte back again.
This will kill me, but it's okay. I can do this. Forte, because I have to do this.
And then in the mid,
Right.
what is that? Okay.
And
All the other ones piano, and then just make sure that everything comes back to mezzo forte. All right, go again from the beginning. Yeah, it's all right. It's good, actually. Okay, perfect, Georgios. Well done. Excellent. Yeah, good.
I mean, it is good homework. I'm not sure it's good music. It's good homework.
It needs the same as always. It needs a bit of phrasing. It needs a bit of dynamics. It needs a bit of finding.
Yeah, that's missing. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, all right. Now, who wants to go next? All right. I have you here. It is.
Okay, so I share my screen.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
No, it's a...
Yeah, I know yeah. That's why I use a computer.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. It's fine.
So in that it was very confusing at the end. I'm not pretty sure what I did with the left hand, and I tried to make the compound thing, but I don't know. So
Okay.
I'll
Okay,
just,
this is good first.
can you? That's it.
All right, so describe it, can you?
So this was my set. And so in between, but my problem was that I used the other way as well, about tritone and semitone. So I had to take everything to pitch related. That's what I did. But then, for example, in this kind of that I have not done, that's not pitch related. But I don't know. And then the compound thing, what I understood. So I didn't know how to do cadences, or I don't know. I still do rhythm and stuff, but it was just exploding in my head. So I just did basic idea, and then contrasting idea, and then basic idea and contrasting idea, and then the consequent here, and then the end.
All right. Have only one issue. The go up. In general, yeah. If we see the first two bars of your first line, the second two bars of your second line, so the first two bars of the second line, and the first two bars of the third line, you have the same thing, right?
Yes.
And that's the reason that we normally use continuation, right? I'm trying to see if I can find a way to make it work, but it's actually, you have the basic idea three times, yeah? So you have the basic idea here in the beginning, and you have the basic idea once again in the second statement of your first element of this compound period, the compound antecedent, and again you have the basic idea, yeah. So that's why we normally do presentation, antecedents, or compound basic idea plus continuation in the compound antecedent. And we saw that if we do, for example, antecedent plus continuation, know that we're going to have cadence, and perfect responsive cadence, compound basic idea plus. I mean, we saw the different possibilities, right? So basically, the whole idea is that we. This is something I will share myself the whiteboard. So, Iris, you can move back to the phone so you don't get the noise. So, basically, a period, that's it. A period is something that has an antecedent and a consequent, mainly. So, and basically, the whole idea behind a period is that you have a basic idea that comes twice, right? Just to leave it very simple, yeah? evidently a compound period has to respond to the same nature, right? So basically, how many times we have the basic idea in the antecedent? 1. And in the consequent, 1. Well, so in the compound period, we will have the same. We will have like, let's say, compound antecedents, yeah, which will have, for example, compound basic idea. This is the easiest one to understand. And then continuation, right? Continuation. So that one is very easy to understand. Why? Because obviously in the compound consequent, yeah, you will have again, yeah, basic idea and cadence. So then obviously it's the same. Now, if you do a period here, what's going to happen is that let's try. So if you do a compound antecedent built like a period, yeah, the problem is that you have basic idea, contrasting idea. So you're thinking in a small unit of 2 measures actually. And then you have to repeat basic idea and cadence. So you have again the same 2 measures, yeah, right here. And then just because you need to have a compound consequent as such, you need a repetition of this, right? So you bring it here. So then again you will have the basic idea, right? For example, and the basic idea, how many times will be there for you? 3 times. As opposed to 2 times. That was before. It was 2 times before. So 2 times is as much as we will host. Yeah, we'll now show you in a real one. So basically, if you use the most common structure, yeah, yeah, the basic idea, or what we consider the initiation idea, will happen twice. It won't happen again here, right? And or here. It will happen twice. The same as in the period. Yeah, that's why this one is wrong. Yeah, and this one is right. Yeah, because this one reflects the period, the simple period. Yeah, because the compound basic idea is the same. What can you use instead of the compound basic idea? You can use many different things. You can use not only the compound basic idea, but you can use, as we said in the session last time, I'm using so you don't forget anything, but you can use presentation, right? Presentation will be fine because you have basic idea plus basic idea, remember? So then that one will be repeated here. Actually, it's not repeated. It will return. It will return, right, immediately. Will return not immediately. It will return with an interjection, yeah, with a function in between. Then the antecedent is fine, yeah, to have that. The choice of doing the antecedent is not wrong at all. It's all right, yeah. It's just the choice of doing a consequent here is what is not 100%, yeah, because it blocks the structure. Because the consequent has the basic idea in it. And you can't have the basic idea 3 times in a row. Yeah, so the consequent is not a good choice. But for you to remember, because it's quite easy to remember if you think about it like, because actually structure is easy. If you think about it, it's quite easy. Why? Because it's presentation, antecedent, compound basic idea, always plus continuation. Always plus continuation. There's no ambiguity about that. It's presentation, antecedent, compound basic idea, always plus continuation. At the end of the day, is any initiation function plus continuation. Am I right or not, Georgios? Yeah, we can actually. Kaplan doesn't say it. It doesn't say any initiation function. I tell you, because we only have presentation, antecedents, and compound basic idea. We haven't seen any other. So then it's all the initiation functions, but always followed by continuation. That's a good rule to remember the compound period. Right? And then, obviously, you will need to have in the compound period, half cadence plus half cadence plus perfect authentic cadence. You need to have a half cadence here as well. Right? Sorry. The compound antecedent, the compound consequent, you need here a half cadence or an incomplete authentic cadence in the worst of scenario. But here you need a perfect authentic cadence. So basically, just to keep the building blocks clear, very, very clear the building blocks, because for you as composers, you don't need to be so obsessed with all the variations, just to have the concept so you can manipulate it in any language. For example, if Georgios wants to write Greek music, he doesn't need to remember all the subtleties, but at least if he overall wants a compound period effect, at least he needs to remember that. In your case, the same is, if you're going to do, for example, a different framework, like we can use polytonality, and we can use, for example, what you use, pitch classet. So you don't need to remember all, but at least minimal defining characters. So initiation plus continuation is with a ribbon. So presentation, antecedent, compound basic idea plus continuation. That's your compound antecedent and your compound consequent. It's the same. Obviously, as the compound consequent will end on a perfect authentic cadence. You can even have a continuation cadential, for example, in the last one, if you wanted to lead strongly to the perfect authentic cadence. But at the end of the day, structurally speaking, quintessentially is that. So initiation plus continuation, ending on half cadence, ideally, and then initiation plus continuation. I want to draw your attention to something that is quite interesting, that is how we reinterpret the notion of a cadence in other languages. Like, for example, in the pitch class sets, you all found a creative way to create the effect of a cadence. That's quite fascinating, because for each one of you, the elements of a real cadence that actually make the cadence more evident are different. So what is involved in a cadence? There's syntactic connotations, there are harmonic connotations, there are registral connotations, dynamic connotations, all sorts of things that go on there. And you all will basically pick up what resonates more with you. And that's very transcendental in the process of defining your own voice, compositional voice. So that's the purpose of the exercise mainly, to try to reinvent the concept. That's why when I correct your exercise, it is I just go to the basics. My purpose here is for you to understand the concept rather than the subtlety in this lesson of composition. Obviously in the Kipling one you need to understand everything. But for your compo you need to extract the essential thing. So then you can use it in any other piece that you create. And you have freedom to manipulate. All right, Laura.
Yeah, you might have to open it from your email because I remember last time the sound didn't work from my laptop.
I do remember, yes.
I emailed it over.
Yes, I remember and I saw it actually. Pitch classes. All right, excellent, because you sent it to me on a MIDI file as well, so super. Okay, so let's go here. right, so we start. Okay, now we are all ears. Explain what you did.
I think I missed the part where you guys did the same structure because I didn't. And basically, the class sets is the 0, 4, 6 and then inverted 0, 2, 6. So I kind of just took the notes that I did in the last the last homework and just kind of adapted it into this one, just kind of built it out more. That's pretty much it.
Good. No, it's good. It's good. Now, aesthetical collaborations. Yeah. So in the end, for example, though we are using a language which doesn't kind of relate with the notion naturally, with the notion of cadence, yeah, it's advisable to actually try to stop the musical flow. Yeah. In the case of this exercise, it's like the musical flow is interrupted rather than it is closed. It can be a choice, which is fine. Actually, it can be an effect. For example, I'm seeing this exercise applied as incidental music in a short film, for example. So maybe it's on purpose, no, that you cut it like that because something is in the scene resonating with that abrupt cut. In which case it's fine. Yeah, but if it's just abstract music, yeah, just for the sake of the exercise, it's good to try to stop the musical flow. For the sake of a piece, it's not good or it's not bad. It's a choice, yeah, and it's fine. Yeah, when you compose whatever in as far as you want to transmit a message, it's okay. Yeah, but I would like for you to learn, yeah, to rehearse giving it a closure. Yeah? So using the characters to give it a closure. Yeah, not because it's wrong, but because I would like you to rehearse that. Yeah, to find a way to give a closure to a piece. Yeah, without the cadential resource. Okay. On the other side, it's very good. Yeah, it's coherent. I think I will continue to support the same idea of a lot of cohesion. Yeah, in the same as in your first exercise. Can you remind me precisely what's your pitch class again? Set.
Yeah, it was 0, 4, 6 and then 0, 2, 6.
Okay, and then can you describe what you've done bar 7 onwards?
I did it last week, so I can't really remember, but I basically just took the last exercise. So the main notes in those bars will be from the last exercise, and then I just built around it to make it sound more like a piece.
All right. Okay. So basically, you enrich it. It's like you added extensions. You make it more complex.
Yeah.
That's all right. Let me just see it one more time. Just see it. Okay, so for you it will be just trying to imprint the compound period for the next time. Okay, so for you is that.